That's bad.
Today might be the day where we fire jack up. Got a few things to do first. We just got the main power wires from the ECU to the battery hooked up. Got all the fuel lines tightened. So now we can turn the fuel pump on. We got like 2 or 3 gallons of fresh E85 in it to flush out.
All right, ready to kick the pump on?
Yeah, I think so. Kick it on and see what all comes out of it. Cleaned out this pan. Oh, we got a lot of stuff already. Oh yeah. Alright, that's good. Yeah, look at all that prunge that came out. Bunch of crap that would have gone right into the injectors and clogged them up. All just stuff from making the fuel lines. And then this one on a blow out with air one more time just to be sure. Then we can connect the lines, turn the fuel pump on again. We'll use that mechanical gauge to set the pressure. Oh yeah, we got the plug wires made. Didn't show you guys that. Oh, we still have to reseal that thermostat housing too.
I already did that.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Cool. But yeah, here's our plug wire setup. So there's tons of room. Got it routed pretty decently so that it kind of can't really hit the header. So should work. I wish it was like tighter and more uniform, but you know, can't win them all, I guess. Gotta do a couple more things, including make a bass tune for it. Actually, I could probably use a tune from the RX-7 because so much of it's similar displacement, same map sensor, same injectors. The only real difference is going to be the airflow because this is a much bigger turbo. This is a 7875 and that's a 85. So yeah, I actually might just try that. Alright, got all the fuel lines hooked back up. I see something underneath. Unless that's old stuff.
Oh, it's leaking?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, we got a big leak.
Oh shit. Oh. Damn, all tight. It's loose as a tank.
Yeah, it's the 12AN.
Tighten the hell out of that thing.
Alright, well, I'm gonna start putting the tune in it. Alright, he's back here making an absolute mess of things. And I'm sitting here. Let me bring this a little bit closer.
I'll tell you what, E85 burns on cuts.
Oh yeah.
Burns on burns too.
It tastes great though. So I've been sitting here going through the Holly, coming up with a bass tune for it. Got to switch to a 3-bar. It's a EFI source 3-bar, but the Holly 3-bar works really well. Alright, and then we had to change the engine displacement to 325 for a 5.3, Snake Eater 1500s, bass pressure of 43.5, and then GM LS 24X, spark high only 7400 rev limiter, basic IO, we're not worrying about that, closed loop. This is all starting off at 100, and then our fuel table, I don't know if this will work, we'll find out. Here's our water meth tab, inputs, outputs. Alright, we can use it as a ground. So we have to go back to pin map, outputs, water meth solenoid 1, and put it on pin B10. Cool. And then on this, I'm going to just go straight to open loop duty cycle, boost first time, and then we can command duty cycle like that. Whereas with the RX-7, that, because it's the straight Terminator X, it doesn't do that, so I had to go inputs, outputs, oops, that's not it. What am I trying to do? Outputs, 4-port, configure, PWM. Here, this is what I'm playing with right now, so It's kind of messy, but over here, this like pink fuchsia color that's on my 2-step, and then over here is like a RPM TPS table for boost control. So 100% TPS, we got 30% duty cycle right now, and then you modulate the throttle a little bit, and it'll, like if you drop to just 80% throttle, it'll drop it from 30% down to 27%. I still have to play with this a little bit. Played with it a little bit yesterday, and it seems alright. It seems to be working a little bit better than the old closed loop system that I was trying. I know that this fuel table is going to be way, way off, but it at least gives us a starting point and see if the truck will fire up. Got that all sent. We are connected. Alright, I think we're good to try. Fuel pump, and then... Oh, we haven't set fuel pressure yet. Let me look at that real quick. Alright, yeah, that's low. What? Turn it off for a second. Yeah, we gotta set that real quick, and then we can try. Alright. Right about there. Eventually I'm going to put a sensor there and connect the fuel pressure sensor to that, but for setting it up I like using a mechanical gauge so I can just stand there and read it. Ooh, that's not good. Battery's low on the computer. Alright, now I think we're good to try it.
I wonder if... is that?
I don't know, something with the flywheel. Did we ever plug in the crank position sensor behind the starter?
I don't know, you got a wire hanging down there.
Oh. Nope, we did not.
Oh.
Alright.
I just seen the wire.
Yeah. Alright. Cool. We gotta plug that in. And then I think I'm gonna let the laptop charge for a little bit. Yep, that is one of the things that I was like, yeah, we'll remember to get to that later.
Oh, yeah, we did. Now.
Yeah, now we're remembering.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure everything else is all plugged in though. Aside from the fuel pressure sensor that I talked about a second ago. And the boost reference line to the fuel pressure regulator, but we don't need that to fire it up. And there's no water in it right now, so we're not gonna let it run for super long.
Can you...
Maybe.
Turn the power on, but just bump the thing over. I want to check these flywheel bolts.
Okay.
Okay, hang on.
Yep.
Yeah, that one's done, okay? Again. They're all in. Roll it over once. Alright. Was it doing it?
Yeah.
Oh, I couldn't even hear it down here. Yeah, sit here for a little bit.
Cool off on the concrete.
Yeah, right in all this slimy shit. I know I got something because it's all stuck to the back of my head.
It could be where I welded the drain fitting on. There could be a pinhole there.
Yeah, because that would slowly work its way down too. Yeah, grab my feet and pull me out.
I could. This is where people are going to comment, you got an open hoist, why don't you put the truck on it? Alright, so after pulling a plug wire off, sticking a plug in the end, and touching it to the head, trying to ground it, I've determined that we have no spark. So now we gotta figure out why. I just checked the grounds at the back of the heads. Those are good. I know that the plug wires are all plugged in and seated good. I know we have a good ground from the chassis to the motor, from the chassis to the body. So what is our issue here? Could be bad coil packs, but I don't see how both sides would be bad.
You got the new set that came off that other motor at my place.
We can try them. It's easy enough to change.
Yeah.
Alright, the trials and tribulations of a new setup. I don't think any of us thought it was going to fire right up, but you know, there's always that hope of maybe it'll fire right up. Actually, I think the RX-7 did pretty much fire right up. It rolled over like 3-4 times and then started. Alright, so we have been trying things for a while now, and we're still not getting any spark. So we're thinking maybe it's an issue with the ECU. So we're going to try the Terminator X Max that I got for the 55 here. We'll try that in it and see if that does anything. The good thing about this is I can directly put one of the tunes from the RX-7 in this. So luckily all we gotta do is plug in a couple things. Oh, how do I communicate with it though?
What?
If we do this, I don't know how. We have no way to hook the laptop to it. 'Cause right now the laptop's hooked directly to that ECU, and the cord that I have for the RX-7 hooks to like that style plug that we don't have.
Oh.
I might have to order that adapter harness first, that little one to go from this to that plug. Alright, it's the next morning, and hopefully today we can actually fire this thing up. So I got the Terminator Max plugged in right now. I got the bass tune in it. Now, I don't remember if I said this before I turned the camera off, but we were going to use the Terminator X Max, and I was like, sweet, we can just use that, put a bass tune from the RX-7 in, it'll be fine. Or we could even go through the Wizard, and it'll be fine. And then I was like, wait, shoot, this harness doesn't have the CAN plug to use the handheld thing, and I don't have a way to connect the laptop. So I was like, frick, what do I do? So that's why we called it a night. And then I was just kind of sitting around thinking, and I was like, wait a second, I've got two Terminator X powered vehicles right here. I can plug the ECU into one of them, use their handheld, put a bass tune in it, and then take it back out, put it in here. So that's where we're at now. So I'm hoping now I can turn power on to this thing, and maybe, just maybe, this thing will cough and fart a little bit. Still nothing. I don't know if I'm gonna have to do. I shouldn't have to do a TPS auto set because it was already set in the other vehicle. So I should still think that it's where it was. Huh? Maybe it's an issue with the harness. All right. Finally figured out the issue. This is complete user error. It just goes to show if you hook things up right, it works. So black truck, dimly lit under dash. There was the one chassis ground wire coming off the harness here that I knew about. I thought we hooked up. It was dangling here the whole time. Hooked that up to ground, turned it over, it coughed. So I put my phone up on the core support there and pointed it at the spark tester. Looked at the video. There was flash there. I think this thing's gonna fire up. I'm gonna call Pops, have him come over so we can get his reaction. I'm gonna wait for him. And God, I hope this thing cooperates from here on out. So now that I know that, I'm gonna leave the Terminator in here for now, and we'll make sure everything's smooth off that, and then we'll plug the Dominator back in and verify that all that's working, which it should be. There he is.
got film and I got pee.
Ready to fire it up?
Oh
Hopefully.
God, I'd love it to start.
It was wanting to. I started rolling it over and it started coughing like it wanted to fire, so I was like, gonna wait for Pops to get here. It's alive! It's alive! One second. Let me play with the throttle a little bit. That screw, we never touched it. Alright, now try it. I wish we had the temp gun to check the headers.
What?
I wish we had the temp gun to check the headers.
Well, this front one ain't doing nothing. There ain't no, I'm holding right onto the pipe.
Oh.
And the second one.
I know this front one's hot. That one's
Well,
hot.
I think just the ones on that side are fighting or running.
Yeah, because this side's all hot.
Oh, this side.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Sure that ground's still tight?
Yeah, it's tighter than shit. Huh.
Check that the plug wires are on them all, like clicked on all the way.
That was only running on 4 cylinders.
Yeah, and it was still spinning the turbo at idle.
Change these fucking coils. Maybe this coil pack's bad.
That could be. We could try the other ones on it real quick.
Yep, that's what I'm gonna do.
Alright, change the coil pack, put some water in it. See if it runs any better. Don't give it any gas.
What?
You don't need to give it, you shouldn't have to give it any throttle. I'll deal with that. Hey, rev it. All right, such a huge weight off getting this thing fired up. All things considered, throwing this thing together in a month and a half, going from nitrous big block to single turbo LS, totally custom turbo kit, huge weight off. Now we just need to take care of those fine details, get this thing sorted out, take it out and start making some rips in it, see what it's gonna do. And I keep forgetting I have to get this alternator wired up. I have to run the main charge wire to the lug on the back and get the exciter wire. But man, so stoked. Let's go, Jack. So that is going to do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing, clicking that bell. If you want merch, first link in the description below. If you want Snake Eater injectors, use code Snydertron for 10% off. If you need anything from Circle D, where we have our torque converter from, use code Snyder3000 for 10% off. And I will see you guys in the next one.